Thanks for visiting our channel, Finding GUTUL. Our topic today is GUTUL on physicalism. I am GUTUL, G-U-T-U-L. GUTUL on physicalism is the sixth topic in GUTUL series. The first 5 topics are Lao Tzu on 道德经, Buddha on Heart Sutra, God on the Bible, Plato on being, and Marx on dialectical materialism. In this video, we will review first what is being, and secondly, what is Marx's materialism. We'll then define and explain what is physicalism. In the Plato on being video, we define being as follows. X being is that which is named X. X being as itself is the material or substantial part of that which is named X. X being in itself is the natural, spatial, or property part of that which is named X. Our consciousness of X being as itself is the material or substantial part of our consciousness of that which is named X. Our consciousness of X being in itself is the natural, spatial, or property part of our consciousness of that which is named X. X is a placeholder for whatever one wishes to put in its place. Plato and Aristotle's being is grounded on a substance versus attribute conceptual structure, along with the Cartesian subject versus object conceptual structure of being. It has dominated Western philosophy from Plato, Aristotle, to Descartes, to Kant, and to Marx. In this structure, X being as itself is substance of an object. X being in itself is property or attribute of an object. Our consciousness of X being as itself is substance of a subject's thought, and our consciousness of X being in itself is property or attribute of a subject's thought. Note that we can remove all the beings in the 2 tables above, and there is absolutely no effect on what the 2 tables mean to say. Therefore, being is not only just a name or a label, but also an unnecessary convenience or redundancy in our language, and in philosophy in particular. So we end up with a simple table as this one, which can be rearranged into this table. We will use the structure of this table to explain Marx's dialectical materialism. So here we go. The first material, or the objective material, in Marx's theory of dialectic material is X as itself, or substance of an object. The second material, or the highly developed material, or the subjective material in Marx's theory of dialectic material is our consciousness of X as itself, or substance of an subject's thought. The struggle of the opposites in Marx's theory of dialectical material epistemology is the asymmetrical part of our consciousness of X in itself, or the asymmetrical part of property of a subject's thought. Marx's unity of the opposites in his theory of dialectical material epistemology is the symmetrical part of our consciousness of X in itself, or the symmetrical part of property of a subject's thought. Marx's unity of opposites in his material dialectics is the property of an object is X in itself, or the universe in itself. The property of an object is the property of symmetry, or change in form and no change in nature. Marx understands and says that unity of opposites is the fundamental law of the universe, or the universe in itself. Karl Marx is often accused of term proliferating and phrase mongering, which is merely an excuse for or reflection of people's inaptitude to understand Marx's seemingly convoluted dialectical materialism. We have just used one single and simple table to provide a clear that is unmistakable and a clean that is unambiguous philosophical and scientific grounding for Marx's dialectical materialism. This simple single table has Marx's brilliance in full display. For example, the often controversial debate about Marx's three dialectics can be cleanly and clearly put to rest from this table. Marx's three dialectics are: first, the dialectic between A, the first and the objective material, and B, the second and the subjective material. Second, the dialectic between A, struggle of opposite, and B, unity of opposites. And three, the dialectic between A, change, and B, no change. This table clearly and cleanly shows that Marx's dialectical materialism and the religions are of exact the same origin, but only different in names and labels. We'll let you read the table yourself at your leisure. This table is also indeed a unified religion and a philosophy. The table totally debunks the flawed but commonly accepted idea that Marx's dialectical materialism is in complete contradiction and contempt to religions. It also shows clearly and cleanly that once religions themselves are understood correctly on the ground of philosophy and science, there is and can be only one theory about the universe and life, and Marx's materialism has to be and is in total harmony with religions, the correctly understood religions. This is, again, the table on Marx's dialectical materialism. And this is its simplified version. We have already defined and explained what the first three columns to the left in this table are. The fourth column from the left in this table are all definitions of materialism, idealism, Citta-matra, Vijnapti-matra, and naturalism. Their Chinese correspondences are 唯物论、唯相论、唯心论、唯识论, and 唯性论. We will argue and provide substantiation shortly that 唯物论 should be changed to 物论, 唯相论 should be changed to 相论, 唯心论 should be changed to 心论, and 唯识论 should be changed to 识论, and 唯性论 should be changed to 性论. So X as itself, as an entity, is material, is substance, and is physical. And all conscious of X as itself is an idea, is still substance, and is still physical. All consciousness of X in itself is the nature or heart of an idea. It is a property or nature, but is still physical. And X in itself is nature, is property, and is certainly physical. Therefore, everything in the universe and in life is physical. That is physicalism. GUTUL in this video starts with what is being, and then, under the framework of a unified religion and philosophy, clearly and cleanly defines and explains what materialism, idealism, Citta-matra, or Vijnapti-matra, naturalism, and physicalism are and should be. So before any discussion regarding materialism, idealism, Citta-matra, or Vijnapti-matra, or naturalism is to begin, the discussant has to define what 1. Material, 2. Idea or consciousness, 3. Nature or heart of idea or consciousness, or 4. Nature is, in order to prevent such discussions, as they almost always do, turn into empty chatters. So, what do these empty chatters chat about? What is the universe made of material or substance only? Is the universe made of nature or space only? Well, actually, the universe is made of substance and space, the latter of which is also known as a property space, since space is where matter made of substance acquires its properties. Since substance and space are only what exists in our heads that we use to help understand the universe, and they are really inseparable. The universe is substance and is space, and the universe is material and natural. What else do the empty chatters chat about? Well, is the universe made of substance of our consciousness only? Is the universe made of nature of our consciousness only? Or simply is the universe made of our consciousness only? Well, as much as biocentrists would like to believe that human consciousness is all what the universe is. Human consciousness was what that created universe, and human consciousness is the driving force of the universe. There is absolutely no evidence even to support the presence of human or human consciousness, whether its substance part or its property part, in more than 0.001% of the history of this universe. Therefore, any debate in the context of the last two slides about all the isms is moot, pointless, and meaningless. The best and the most one can say about them is they are all part of physicalism. And in case you wonder, that's why we make this video. This concludes GUTUL on physicalism. Here is one clue for finding GUTUL. Bye bye.